Does that say what I think it does? Lucky Talks. I'm doing a quick shakedown. I want to go through some of my gear real quick. What I have isn't going to work for everybody else. Some of the stuff that I have might not work for somebody else. I had to just do it. Took my last check and got everything I needed, and I hit the trail. I left Amicalola Falls February 4th. I got hiker tag number 101. Lucky. That's my trail name. Lucky. Tag number 101. Like I said, I spent what I had and got what I could. It was a little harder in Florida to find winter gear, for sure. So I'm doing a quick little shakedown and seeing what I can eliminate. I know it's not going to be much. I'm going to be a little heavy until I get through the Smokies. I'm not far from Fontana Dam. I'll either get there today or tomorrow, and that's at the base of the Smokies. You do have to get a permit. It's the only place that you have to get a permit. You do have to get a permit. It's like $40 to go through the Smokies. It's a two-piece ticket. You put one piece in a box, another piece you keep with me. And I've heard that they do have ridge runners that stop and check. I thought about just passing by that spot and keep going, but if I get caught, I heard it's like a $5,000 fine, so I'm not going to do that. So, this video is more meant to show anybody that I see on one of the Facebook group pages that I'm a part of, that a lot of people stress about gear and weight and all that, and weight is really important. I took 2 weeks off for bike week. Today is like March 17th, and I'm not very far in as some other people that started at the same time as me, but I wasn't getting enough calories, and then when I took those 2 weeks off, I overstressed it, and I way overpacked on food, and I was super heavy, and I felt it. So I'm back lighter. I'm seeing what I can do to cut a few things right now, but I know I'm not going to be able to cut much until I get through the Smokies. Once I get through the Smokies, the bag I'm going to show you, my sleeping bag, my jacket, my pants, some of my clothes, all that stuff I'll cut and I'll get lighter. I might downsize to a smaller bag too. The bag I'm about to show you is huge. It's a 90 liter, but it's still pretty light. It's 2.5 pounds. I just looked at the bag weight on my mummy bag. That's 5 pounds. That's a little heavy. But I'm going to be able to cut some things once I get through the Smokies, but I'm not going to do so until then. But this is to show anybody else that you don't need to spend a fortune to do it. And the trail provides. It really does. And I'll show you some of that in a second. So let me get right to it. I'm not in a great mental state I wanted to record this video. I'm off to a late start. It's already like 11 o'clock. But the next shelter is only like 6 miles. Fontana Dam's like 12. I'd like to just push on to Fontana Dam, but I want to be in great rest and set up nice and clean and perfect when I get to the base of the Smokies. But here we are. This is what I have. This is what's working. It's not what all these super high dollar hikers have that have the money to do this. I'm getting by with support and love from others, and I'm doing it. So I'm going to make it through it, and I'm going to get to Maine. So a friend of mine, Al, when I was in Maryland going to New Jersey, thanks to Rose for introducing me to him. Pirate Pickles, I love you too. Thank you for everything that you do. We'll have more adventures, I promise. And I want to be where I can support you too when you need help too. And thank you to everybody else that supports me too. And I love everybody else too. So here we are. Alright, so this is one of the things Al gave me, and I just got it spread right out now to dry. It's actually a Sea to Summit poncho that doubles as a few different things. I've been using it for a ground cover, and I got it drying out from last night. It's about 3 foot wide, 7 feet long, and it makes a perfect square ground cover for my tent. It keeps my tent clean. I'm gonna wash that as soon as I get to Fontana, and maybe ditch that for a piece of tie-vac that they use to wrap houses like a lot of other hikers use. That's really lightweight and folds up nice and makes a good ground cover. So there's my base layer before I set up my tent. There's my bag. It is a Ascend Pintler 90 liter. I just now attached a water bottle holder to hold my water so I can reach it without taking my pack off. On this side of my pack, I put some snacks, Snickers bar, some jerky, whatever. On this side, I put my phone where I can reach it. It has adjustable suspension straps that make it a lot more comfortable. A couple side pouches. I put my stove and my Nalgene bottle in here. I've been using a trash bag as a liner and then putting everything in. That seems to work great. There's my tag number, 101. Lucky, hiker number 101. Some stuff I've got to get rid of. Trash bag, pack out your trash. Over here I got a dry sack with my clothes. I don't carry much. An extra pair of boxers. 2 pair of socks. Good socks is so important. Merino wool. You don't want cotton. Cotton kills. There's a sweatshirt in there. I'm probably going to ditch that. Or ditch the one I have on and keep that one because that one's synthetic. Here's my tent. It's a Eureka Solitaire. It's a really small one-person tent. If you're claustrophobic, you're not going to like it. It's basically a tunnel, but I like it for winter. And anytime it's rain, it's kept me dry. That was $120 at Dick's, but when I took it to the register, it was actually 50% off. So I got that for $60. Here's one thing that I absolutely love, and I'll keep it as long as it lasts. And this is something Al gave me. This is my Thermarest air mattress. It's a hiker air mattress. I blow it up every night. It's durable. It's thick enough that it hasn't popped somehow. That's the big reason that I use that base layer too. That keeps anything pokey from poking that. And then I got my tent layer. So there's 2 layers that help support that. There's the brain that is the top part of my bag. So in that, I keep in Ziplocs my electronics bag. I'll show you in a second. In this section, I keep my wallet. That's also in a Ziploc. In my wallet is a P38 military little can opener. Good tool to have, even though we don't really use cans, but it doesn't weigh anything. Here's some stuff that I might cut that I'm debating through right now. One thing is something that Al gave me. I still have some hand warmers that Al gave me. Al also gave me this. It's lightweight. I should keep it just for, it doesn't weigh anything. There's a bug net in there and bug mittens for your hands. I know as soon as spring hits and stuff, mosquitoes and bugs will start getting bad. They might eat me good enough at one point that I might need that. So, in this bag is my rain suit, rain pants, rain jacket, just cheap Walmart, $20. Here's another thing that Al gave me that I use a lot. The way I discovered that I started using it, it's a bivy, this is actually it's really lightweight, foil combination. It's the same material as the sack that it goes into. It's a bivy. It's like an emergency sleeping bag. It doesn't weigh anything. I will take that sometimes and combine it and put it over half of my mummy bag, and it'll help hold in, and it brings the R value of the heat layer up. I'll show you the bag here in a second. This is another thing I got from Al that I've only used once, and I'm really debating whether or not I need it or I don't. It's a Sea to Summit kitchen sink. I used it one time that I put some water in it and I did some laundry. It makes like a 5-liter bucket kitchen sink. And I washed clothes in it once. One time. but I think I could wash clothes without this. It doesn't really weigh anything either, but I just got to get into the mindset that if I don't need it, let it go. So I don't know what I want to do with that. I might get rid of that. This was here this morning, so Trail Magic or someone passing it on to somebody else that might need it. Some string. I lost some other string that I have, and that brings up a whole nother discussion. I probably got to stop using my food as a pillow, especially when other people are hanging and it's starting to get a little bit more crowded at the shelters here. And someone might say, "Hey, what'd you do with your food? Did you hang it?" Or just out of courtesy and respect for others, go ahead and hang my food instead of using it as a pillow. It's still winter time. They're sleeping. I don't want to get into that whole conversation and worrying about bears. I'm not scared about bears. I'll bite one in the face. But that string I might take so I can practice and use my food sacks. And we'll get to my food supply here in a second. So that string I might pick up. That string came with my tent. I've never used it. It's an additional support you can tie off in different places. But it did get windy last night, and I don't know if it's a good idea to go ahead and save that rope. That kind of rope, I don't know if I want to save or not. I got to take a drink of coffee. Since I'm taking a drink out of my coffee, talk about my Nalgene bottle. I see a lot of people not carrying it, or people in different forms that say ditch it because of the weight. I will take this weight any day. I got it at Mountain Crossings when I got to Neal's Gap. That's the first major resupply that you come to. 30 some miles in, big accomplishment. A lot of people throw their shoes into the tree that's in another one of my videos, the Tree of Souls. At the end of the night, after I eat dinner, I cook a pot of water. I fill that up so I know how much goes in it. I pour it into the pot. I boil that pot of water and I put it in the Nalgene bottle. And then that goes in my sleeping bag and it stays hot all night long. I recorded the other day when I wrapped it in a sweatshirt, 8 hours of heat. I love that thing, and it saved me one time too when I got wet and I had to strip down and get my zero. So I love my Nalgene bottle. I'll take the extra weight. I love it. Comes in handy for cooking too with the charts on it. So then we'll get to my stove. My stove, a lot of people have the MSR Pocket Rocket. We all have stoves. I don't think it really matters which one you get. It was a Primus. So the stove is just the piece that attaches to it, and then it came with the pot. The whole canister and gas fits in the pot. The lid clips on, and that's one unit. You'll notice that at some point, my pot got a little black on the outside, but that's okay. I just made coffee. That's why it looks like that. I like to cook a little bit longer and not use up all my gas. So I will cook on the fire rings. That one don't have a metal fire ring. And I'm going to burn that trash in there. So I don't mind it being that. When that happens, I use that bag to put the pot in so none of the tarnish gets in my sack. Those two bags right there, them shopping bags, or if it rains, I'll slip them over my feet, put it back in my shoes, and my feet won't get wet. Brad Lawrence, thank you for the jacket when I was in New Jersey. It's very warm. It's a little overkill compared to what a lot of people have. I don't have the money for a puffy. If I had a thin, puffy winter jacket like everybody carries, they seem awesome. But I will switch that out for something different once I get through the Smokies. Hat, just something I picked up when I was in Daytona. It works. Use it every morning until I'm warm. There's my Ascend Mummy. Same brand as my bag. That was $120. I have the long, which is a few inches longer for us tall people. But it's a 0-degree bag. Super warm. But it's heavy. It's 5 pounds. And the size that it takes up is way bigger than other people's. I saw someone making a post yesterday, on the forum talking about a 38-liter bag. Will that work? And some of these ultralight hikers, my bag is as big as your whole hiking pack. But I will get smaller with that and downsize with that. One sock, I got some bottle caps in. I'm gonna get rid of that sock right now. There's my back flush kit to clean my filter. I'm just using a Sawyer Mini. A lot of people have those sacks that come with the filter that they push the water through the filter and fill up the bottle. You don't need them sacks. You can just put the filter right on the smart water bottle. You can get these caps. You can get a flip cap that'll fit right on a smart water bottle, and those are nice once your water's filtered. That knife I got from Walmart for $2 in the hunting, fishing section or sporting goods or whatever. It doesn't weigh anything. It's got a nice cover. It's super light for $2. And I rarely need a knife, but if I do to cut a piece of rope or a piece of summer sausage or something, there you go. This was also $1.28, a 3-pack knife, fork, spoon. I put this little clip on here from Walmart, like $1.30. Don't weigh nothing. I've used them the whole time. I see people do long spoons and stuff like that. I ditched one of those. My toilet paper. These gloves were here this morning, and I think I'm going to keep these. Someone donated them. These slip into those winter gloves. I'm going to keep those and donate those gloves for anybody, because those were just cheap Walmart. Don't keep me warm. I picked up a set of chopsticks. I don't know if I want to keep them or what I'm going to do with them. I like sushi and food. Okay, so here's my electronics bag. Everything here goes in the bag. That's separate. I borrowed that too, just to keep track of my bag weight. So here's my electronics and what I'm carrying, except for my phone. I'm using it to record right now. I picked this up in the hiker box at Neil's Gap. I had a different little cheap one that wasn't worth shit. They didn't think it charged up, and it did. They just weren't patient. It works fine. This is a 10K anchor. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour anchor. That works decent. My lady friend, big shout out. Got me one of these. It's another anchor, but this one's a 10. No, this one's a 20K. This one's a 20K. Charges my phone 3 or 4 times. I have a really good phone that holds battery, which really helps. So I can make it almost a week on charges just on this. So I need to experiment and see, and I might just be able to let this other one go. That would cut down a lot of weight. These are kind of heavy, which to me is a sign of quality. I like the anchor. Everybody seems to carry the anchors. It works really good. Problem was I wasn't charging fast enough in towns with bad blocks. They make a big difference. So I got a lot faster charge out of a 24-watt 2-port anchor. This is also an anchor. These are like $30 in the stores, but I picked it up off of Amazon for $13. So this anchor charging block is really nice and makes a big difference. So I also picked up a headlamp when I was at Neil's Gap at Mountain Crossings. I got a Nikkor headlamp. Really awesome headlamp. It's got a lot of different modes. You can switch lights on sides or dual beam. Red light when you're in shelters is the etiquette, or walking around camp. So the red light's really good. Also, as soon as you turn on the light, you can shine it on these, and these will stay glowing. So if you have your lamp off, you can find it all night long, because these cords charge up and glow in the dark. It's also has a USB-C, so this is rechargeable, and this is really nice. I love my headlamp. Earbuds. If I'm in airplane mode, I had no idea until I started hiking how much battery is saved by going in airplane mode. I can actually listen to music all day and it doesn't really touch my battery. Part of that's my phone too. My phone's really good, and it's actually a cheap phone, and it's the best phone I've ever had. It's a blue G53. The battery's been better than iPhones, and it's been better than Galaxies by far. My phone will last 2 days sometimes. Sometimes my phone will last all through the day and still have a good charge, even if I'm on it all day. So, 2 USB Bs that charge these, 2 C's that charge everything else, and that's just for shits and giggles to check on my pack weight. I'm just using a Sawyer Mini Flow, nothing else. I'm not using the big full-size Sawyer. I should get one. They flow a little better, faster, whatever. There's some stuff, a couple of those items I'm donating, a couple of those were there. There's the shelter logbook. I'll write something there in a minute. Okay, so we're almost done. And then I can get to hiking. My food, I got a day bag, which is pretty much this. Stuff I'm going to snack on today, and stuff that's going to go back into the snack pouch on the side of my bag. Huge calorie tip. We're fighting for calories. I'm going to put this into one of my foods so I can ditch this bottle. I picked up a better size that I liked yesterday. Olive oil. 120 calories per serving. This bottle had, if it'll focus, 33 servings per container. That's 4,000 calories right here. You can add a tablespoon and pump up the calories on anything. You can add a tablespoon to just the tuna. I'll make tuna with ramen and add a tablespoon. Now the whole thing's bumped up. It just bumps up everything. A lot of hikers use it. Some will just take a sip out of the bottle if they need some calories during the day. Olive oil is a great hiker secret. Not secret, but a lot of people don't know it yet and will eventually pick it up. Some dehydrated meals, lightweight. Jerky Snickers gives me a huge energy burst midday or towards the end when I need it. I love Snickers. Some seasoning just for luxury. My oatmeal has some PB2 powder in it, peanut butter powder. It also has some high protein granola in it. I'll get a few more meals out of just that. I'm ditching the Kodak high protein pancake waffle mix. I made a couple pancakes the other day. They were delicious. This is super heavy, and the weight is way too much on me. I had a lot more. I donated it. I felt the difference in my pack. Just some ramen, some cores are always good. This is my drink bag. I got coffee, sweet and low, some electrolyte drink juice packs. I'm making some real tea, courtesy of Jesse in Daytona. Some coffee in there, some other stuff. Mountain House meal, and the dry sacks they go in. So this is one of the longest videos I've ever made. I'm almost out of breath. I didn't know I'd talk this long, but maybe it helps somebody else. We'll see. So it's time to get packed up and get going. I don't know what it is today. I don't know why I killed so much time here, but I wanted to make that video. I'm at Brown Fork Shelter. Everybody else is long gone. I set up a tent space over there, and here we are. There's the privy over there, little bathroom. Trail goes back up that way. I'm gonna get to it. I don't know if my gear list or anything helped anybody else. Out of breath from talking so fast. I didn't know I was that winded and talking right now. I don't know if that helped anybody else, but you can do it. Just get going. Just do it. It's amazing. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe. I need the subscribers. Even if you don't watch all my videos, it helps me. I need some support. This is something I have to do. It's about helping other people. We're all in this for different reasons. A lot of us have some mental issues we're trying to work through, and I definitely do. So, thanks. Lucky Talks.